that old piano from down the avenue.
Good for you!
I smell the pine trees, I look around for you.
Who ate all the gabagool?
Oh, my sweet, sweet, sweet old someone.
I'm Alex!
Coming through that door.
What up, Al?
It's Saturday and the band is playing. Honey, could we ask for more?
We?
Hi, once again, everybody. It's No More Whoppers Homeland Week, a.k.a. A Fairly Home Companion, a.k.a. PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. I'm Ray Barnholt, master of signing visitor sheets, and with me, as always, noted temperature complainer, Alex Fraioli.
I swear, it's like we're in a meat locker.
You don't like it when I turn my fan on.
I don't. What is wrong with you?
I like it a bit cold.
Well, it's awful.
I'm sorry, I'm fat.
Folks, I apologize for my sound quality yesterday. I think I was a little too far from the mic. I'm not used to this setup, so Ray and I traded places for this episode.
You're a little too what?
What's going on? I was a little too far away from the microphone. Folks, I remedied it. I'm right up. Okay.
Thank you. Of course, as always, you're back once again in my home.
Yep.
How's that been working out for you?
Great, I love it here.
Yeah.
You got all these games. I just ate a
You
pint
haven't
of
played any
Ben
of
and
them?
Jerry's. I played Simpsons with you.
That's true. We just got
we
done
just beat Simpsons.
playing the Simpsons arcade game because...
And before that, I was playing Final Fantasy 11.
That's right, you got some more FF11 in today.
I gained a level. I'm now a level 73 ninja.
That's good enough, I guess.
Shut up!
For somebody who plays that, I guess. That sounds pretty good. Of course, last night we played some new Super Mario Brothers.
Oh, that was fun.
We met our new friend. The Jelly Man.
Folks, it's the Jelly Man. What is he actually saying? I think it's let me out of here.
Yeah, I
but
think
when
so.
it comes through the Wiimote,
yeah,
it sounds like the Jelly Man.
Yeah.
It's pretty great.
And for those of you listening at home, there's a song on Spotify called The Jelly Man.
Yeah, you should really
and
find it.
It's pretty nice, too.
Yeah.
So, this episode is dedicated to The Jelly Man.
Yes.
Thank you very much. But today, as for today, we didn't do a whole lot, like we said, a lot of game playing.
That's right, we played some games.
We went out to lunch, but that was about it. It was mostly a rest day.
Yes.
So we don't have a lot to talk about in terms of, excursions and adventures.
No.
Things like that.
No. Well, thanks for joining us.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about lunch or not? Because I don't think...
We went to Five Guys.
Yeah.
I had a little cheeseburger.
Yeah.
Apparently at Five Guys, if you get a little something, it means only one patty, whereas the regular one is 2 patties. That's fine, because I had a big breakfast. A lot of Captain Crunch, peanut butter crunch.
Yeah.
So I may do it with a single patty, little cheeseburger.
I think that's expected now. Everybody knows peanut butter crunch is your jam.
It is. It's my breakfast of choice.
Or you might say...
Peanut butter crunch is my Jelly Man.
Yes, exactly.
That reminds me, before we went to bed last night, we were lying around, laying on the floor for about a half an hour, still giggling over the Jelly Man. And then, Raymond, you came up with this gem.
Yes.
I've had enough of your Jelly Mandarin. Still pretty good. Oh.
Yeah. So...
I love it.
Yeah, not much to talk about. Burger was good.
Yeah, I've never been to Five Guys before, and they'd been kind of hyped up.
What you really liked
What?
was the drink machine.
I did.
They
Oh
got
my
one.
God.
They got those Coke machines, but you can mix everything up.
That was awesome. They had like every drink in there.
Yeah, you can make everything any flavor.
Yeah.
Like
First-
you can get the Coke Zero, or you can make it lemon.
Yeah,
or
I'm
cherry.
on a Coke Zero kick. So first I got vanilla Coke Zero, then I got cherry vanilla Coke Zero, then I got raspberry Coke Zero.
Yep. That's the whole rainbow.
Yeah,
The whole rainbow of all of that.
I like to explore the spectrum of Coke.
Yes, exactly.
Did I tell you I'm Italian? Let me restate that.
I don't know. That just came through weird.
Pardon?
Yeah, exactly. So we don't have much to talk about as far as today went, but I do want to bring up something. Now, and you did want to talk about this as well. I want to bring up the fact that an example of the internet ruining everything.
Uh-oh.
Specifically, I want to talk about a message board thread about Game Grumps.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen these videos?
Yeah, wait, can I introduce Game Grumps?
Yes, go right ahead.
Okay, folks, Game Grumps is a YouTube channel by JonTron, whom I'm a big fan of, and Ego Raptor.
I referred you to him.
You did, thank you, Ray. And
Thank you.
Ego Raptor, who had mostly done funny videos for Newgrounds, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not as big a fan of Ego Raptor's stuff. Some of it's pretty funny. And I don't mind that. He's not my thing. JonTron is, however, very much in my wheelhouse, and they decide to team up
Vocally.
at
least
shut up, for a show called Game Grumps, where they play through old games together, and they sort of moan about them or complain or praise them or what have you. And I think it's the best thing. And I'm going to give you some before we get into the actual topic, I want to give you some Game Grumps recommendations real quick.
Okay.
The whole Goof Troop run.
Right.
They play through Goof Troop together. It is hilarious. Watch their Goof Troop series, and then listen to the Goof Troop remixes. Because what you just made a smoking motion?
Get closer.
Oh, and then listen. No. And then search YouTube for Game Grumps remixes, because there's a bunch of great ones. Goof Troop Boop. I think I tweeted these before.
Yeah.
Goof Troop Boop is funny. Ray, you're not into that?
I don't like Game Grumps that much.
Really?
Honestly. Not as much as you know.
Okay.
Doesn't really.
But you can understand why I like it.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, it does. It captures that spirit that I think No More Whoppers tries to go for, which is just two friends. Will you listen to me before you make that scoffing sound?
No.
Is two friends sitting around making each other laugh.
Ouch!
Yeah, no, I get you.
And I like that.
I get you.
Even
totally.
if I don't think Ego Raptor's the funniest guy, but I don't care. I think he's funny with JonTron.
Yeah.
And I think it goes to prove that JonTron's real strengths are in video editing and performing a pre-written thing. Not to say that they're not good at improv, but nobody's, it takes a lot of skill to be good at improv, and it's only intended to be two guys sitting around goofing off.
Yeah.
There we go.
It is kind of like No More Whoppers.
Yes.
In that, I'm funnier without you.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Sorry, buddy.
You know what? Let's do a sweep of the out-of-town scoreboard.
So anyway, yes, you're not the only one who loves that show, though.
Good.
That what those guys do. In fact, there's a great big, like you said, the remixes. People have just, completely just, I don't know, pounced on it.
Yes.
Ever since it started. So that also means there's at least, a few message board threads about it.
Of course.
Singing its praises, especially one on NeoGAF, a great gaming forum.
Now, I don't go to NeoGAF, so I don't know.
You don't go to half of it.
I don't. I like the OT.
But anyway, this is not so much about NeoGAF as in general. Like I said, it's the internet ruining everything, because the Game Grumps thread on this board started out pretty nicely. People just, getting jazzed about the show and laughing about it. And then you go in a few pages, and it's just like people not even talking about the show anymore. They're talking about like the host's opinions, things that they may have said off the cuff and why they're wrong and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then it goes off into other tangents about the games that they played. People complaining about new Super Mario Brothers instead of, enjoying the videos for what it is. And it just showed to me, I had to laugh about it, because it's like, here's like a completely straightforward show, easy to grasp, very funny if you're into it.
Yeah, it's not hard to understand.
And this is just like, okay, well, I guess that's been established, so let's talk about, the minutiae of the show instead for pages and pages and pages, and basically just suck the fun out of it.
Yeah.
And that's the internet. What can I say?
Internet, yeah. But when you say the internet ruins things, I think...
well, within their own bubbles. I
yeah,
suppose.
okay, yeah, that's okay, yeah. Because, I still love it.
Yes.
I love Game Grumps.
Yes, yeah.
I continue to watch new episodes. They have new episodes daily, which I love. And that helped me a lot on vacation, because there was a lot of aimless milling about the house every day.
Yeah.
When I had nothing else. So like, there's 2 new Game Grumps videos out today. I'll watch them.
Yeah.
But yeah,
stack them up.
Nerds.
Sort of like what we do.
Yes.
We also record ahead of time, except today.
Yeah, that's right. Bad internet. I think I've explained the concept of bad internet.
Yes.
Which is essentially
Briefly,
fuck you, faggot. Yeah. Yes. Bad internet will use any excuse to miss the point of something just to bitch about it, and this is a great example of that.
Yeah.
It's it's a YouTube channel about 2 good friends who sit around and play games together. Oh, I will choose to miss the point entirely and just bitch about how they don't agree with me about this game, or they suck at this game.
I don't think it's so much choosing. It's just like, well, I know that's fun, but what's really fun is for me to spew my opinion on their opinion.
Yeah.
Even though it makes no difference in the grand scheme of things.
Well, it makes bad internet feel empowered to
Yes.
shit on somebody's hard work.
Right.
And these people need to feel empowered.
It's more fun than fun for
Yeah,
them.
exactly.
Clean is better than dirty.
Yes.
Dirty's
better,
meaner than clean. Is that how it went?
What is that from?
The Super Mario Sunshine thing.
That's it.
Right.
Oh, that's going to kill me every time.
Good.
The Jelly Man!
Sorry, did we lose track of what we were talking about?
Anyway, fuck. Gonna make a joke.
But yeah, I guess to reiterate what I said, every post on like the last few pages of this thread is just people like picking out even like 2 words that John or somebody said. And
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah.
I can't believe he said that. What do you? He's so stupid. Why would he even say that about this game? It's great.
It's like when I say something stupid on the show, and I've got to apologize for it later. I'm half of it is apologizing for. Well, you know what? I guess I didn't think that out entirely. But the other half is me also saying, you know what? I didn't think it out entirely because this is intended to be off the cuff. Yeah. And it's a podcast. Everything is sort of extemporaneous in that way. And I don't want to apologize too much for these things.
Yeah.
And I feel like, those guys, again, they're not improv masters. They're just 2 buddies sitting around.
No. There's another dimension to the complaining that I've noticed.
What's that?
This is pretty much specific to video game videos. Is that people expect people to be great in a video game video.
That's the shit that kills me.
Everything has to be on the level of a world record breaking speed run every single time, or else they suck, you suck, everything sucks, I'm never watching this again. But
I don't understand. And then I know you're not a fan of James Rolfe, but his Angry Video Game Nerd series,
I don't hate him.
He doesn't.
Or anything.
Are you sure? I saw somebody put one of his videos on Nico Nico, and I always find it fascinating when I watch.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
His videos subtitled in Japanese for Japanese gamers.
I think that's cool.
But one of the downside is that the comments are more visible on Nico Nico, and some English-speaking fan was just bitching to hell and back because he couldn't get past this part in Batman for the Genesis, and he's just losing his shit over it.
Yeah.
Like, that's the point of the video, man, is maybe he's not great at the game, he's bitching about the game, maybe the control isn't clear or precise in this part, and that's why he can't figure it out. Like, yeah, he knows GameFAQs exists. He knows about it.
Yes.
He's fucking making a video for humor.
Excuse me. And of course, there's my favorite show, Game Center CX.
Oh yeah.
Now I think that's sort of lucked out in that a lot of people like it at first sight anyway. But there is that moment where someone else comes in and says, like, God, he sucks at these games so much. What's the big deal? And it's like, well, it's funny. And it's entertaining.
I think, and
it doesn't have to be amazing to be entertaining.
I think this might be the case, and I'm not accusing you of this, but I know a lot of people think this way. A lot of people will give Japanese stuff a free pass just because it's Japanese.
I'm sure there's a dimension of that.
And I feel like if you did this show with all American cast and the gameplay was exactly the same, people would be bitching a lot more.
Yeah, no, you're right. You are absolutely right.
Or maybe it's not just a racial thing. Maybe it's just because Arino is a happier kind of guy. He's not. I don't know. I imagine like if you did this,
he's not fake angry like James Rolfe.
Yes,
he's not spouting out made up curse words every second.
Hey,
yeah,
okay. Actually, I thought the most recent AVGN was kind of weak because I don't know. It feels like James is doing a lot of retreading.
Yeah, just like us.
I still like him though, James. The Jelly Man.
James Jelly Man roll.
God damn, I forgot to say that.
I guess with Game Center CX specifically, it is generally more happier guy. He can laugh at himself all the time, even though he, brings himself to disaster.
Yes,
emotional distress all the time, and it's also edited. It's a real television show.
Yeah, I mean, each episode is hours upon hours upon hours of footage edited down into what you see,
and it has little music buttons and all that, little dramatic moments and stuff like that. Whereas the average YouTube stuff like Game Grumps is just the guys talking and the game audio.
And I want to say...
And their theme song at the beginning.
I love the theme song. Yeah. If I can back up just a little bit...
Go right ahead.
To the point about people, getting angry at Game Grumps for them not being masters at the game. Some of the funniest moments of the show in the Goof Troop episodes are when one of them is trying to do a block puzzle and the other one just walks in front of the block that he's pushing and it crushes the block and they have to leave the room and come back and they just start yelling at each other. That's the best part for me.
I think a lot of it, there are videos where they're playing Pokemon, right?
Yeah.
Pokemon Emerald or something. Like, people bitch about that the most.
Oh, I like that
I've seen comments like, they should be at this place by now. What the hell?
Also, I think Egoraptor did some hand-drawn animated outtakes from those videos, which are actually very funny. And
you should do that. Why aren't you animating your favorite moments from our show?
I should be. You're right. Miyamoto, if you're listening, I want to see Jelly Mario in the next game.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Please make it happen.
Oh, my God.
In Toastland!
Oh, God. Hold on. I need to think about that. That's awesome. I need to take a moment. Oh, man. Yeah. Anyway,
Thanks.
yeah, I've made my point. Basically, is that
Well, my question here is, why are you visiting NeoGAF?
well, I've been there for a few years.
What does that mean?
And like a lot of people, it's mostly just a way to keep up on breaking news.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm not gonna like defend it to my death or anything. That's for sure. Because if it ever goes away, there'll just be something else to replace it.
That's true.
And right now, it is the most reliable way, I guess, besides Twitter at some point. But yeah.
Twitter for me seems to have taken over the responsibility of news in almost any capacity.
Right.
Gaming or world news or anything. Like
Such
somebody
as
on my
at
list.
breaking news.
Yeah. Somebody on my list is going to retweet a major world event that happens. At least one person I can count on. And
What
that's
if they
great.
don't?
They usually do, though.
That'd be a great new novel, wouldn't it?
Yes.
The tweet that wasn't retweeted.
I know.
And it turned out that because you didn't get the tweet, you're the last man standing. And it's like an Omega Man type thing,
Oh my God.
based on Twitter.
And the novel has 140 characters in it.
Yeah, well, that's a high concept thing.
I
We'll
would-
workshop it.
I would show myself out, but you're blocking the door.
Or every paragraph is 140 characters.
Oh, God, no. Yeah, the author tweets it out, tweet by tweet.
Or ends with a hashtag. Yeah. You dead when that was for you. I knew you'd like that. Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah. I mean, we complain about nerds a lot on this show, and that was just
We do.
a new chapter in it I thought we should talk about. I don't know, do you have anything to add?
Not really.
Maybe not specific to the Game Grumps stuff.
I'm not a big fan of YouTube comments in general,
Yeah.
or Nico
Yeah,
comments.
well, that's a
or-
much different thing. I mean, at least with this other message board, it's like it's an off-site thing. It's not
Yes.
on YouTube. It's just people who wanted to make their own discussions about the show.
Yeah.
That devolves. Yeah, but no one looks at YouTube comments. No one should.
And
By any chance.
there were a couple moments in Game Grumps where I thought, if I were watching this like 5 years ago, I might have had an angry response, because there's a part where John Tron starts defending stuff like Dane Cook and Nickelback, and he was being completely sincere about it. And when I was listening, I was like, oh, really? You like that stuff? And then I'm like, well, who gives a shit if you like that stuff?
Yeah.
The point is, I like the videos that he makes, and he can like whatever he wants to like.
Yeah.
And there was another episode where, they clearly showed their age when they couldn't remember, line for line, like we can, the last scene in Raiders of the Lost Ark with the tasks that Indy has to face. Right. Like Ego Raptor hadn't even seen the movie, and John Tron is incorrectly, laying out what happens in the movie. And I don't judge those guys for that, because they're younger than we are, and they didn't grow up with the movie the way we did.
Yeah.
And I still like what they do.
Yeah.
And I think that's the kind of thing that people on GAF would just explode about. Like, Dane Cook, Nickelback, hasn't seen Raiders?
Yeah.
I mean, Last Crusade?
I didn't even notice that there.
Oh, no, I'm
I
gonna
wonder if
catch
they
shit.
did. Yeah. And maybe they're more focused on why they're not far enough in Pokemon or whatever.
These people play video games for a living.
No, they don't, and that's the point.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
They should be better. Yes. Golly. That's all I have to say on that subject.
Me too.
I just noticed, doing this off-the-cuff sort of show, unedited, has seemingly encouraged me to go away from the mic a lot like this.
That's no good. You
Be
shouldn't do that at all.
really unprofessional.
I would not.
So I apologize for that.
What's going on? The Jelly Man.
I think, folks, if you're hating that already, don't worry. I think we're getting it out of our system now.
Are we?
In this one episode, maybe by tomorrow, we won't be playing that so much.
The Jelly Man!
What? I'm sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
I said the Journeyman. It's
Oh, yeah.
it's a crafting rank in Final Fantasy XI.
Right, and the Journeyman Project, a nice PC game series.
There you go.
Yeah.
Also a Journey cover band.
Yeah, is it?
Folks, check out my Japanese Journey cover band called Boken.
God damn it. God damn it. Or just Sayuki. How about that?
Donto Stopu Believing Goo. Desu. I just remembered when I was visiting my parents in Pittsburgh, there was a car parked in their condo complex with, I think, I think that this with a bumper sticker on it. I think the bumper sticker was trying to combine two facets of the driver's personality, but it just made them seem insane. Like if you see a bumper sticker like golf widow or 7 days without fishing makes me an idiot or whatever. It's like, okay, this guy likes fishing. This guy likes golf. I saw a bumper sticker that tried to combine two things that this person's like, and it just makes them seem insane. And it was, I think they're into running, jogging, and margaritas, because the bumper sticker said, "We'll run for margaritas." Does that make any fucking sense to you? Anybody?
No.
Please. What does that mean?
God damn it.
Like you're a drunk and you will haul ass to get to a margarita,
And you love Jimmy Buffett.
or maybe you love Jimmy Buffett, or maybe you want to run a marathon and just get margaritas thrown on you at the end.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
The bumper sticker industry is very sad. It will do that. It will just put those two concepts together and just mash them together. And some yokel is going to find it and go, well, it's hilarious.
Will podcast for burgers?
Yeah.
It doesn't work. Like I'll do it if anyone's offering a burger.
Will Whoppers for podcasts.
For more Whoppers.
Unrelated, well, tangentially related, rather. We saw a license plate that said 09 Bama.
What?
Right?
Oh, yeah. No, it was Bama 09.
Okay, yeah.
First of all, they left out the honorific O
Yeah.
on the front, which
And
is rude to begin with.
And they got the year of the election wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, he was inaugurated in 09, but...
I think I said I was trying to imitate the driver, like, he was so good, I'm going to vote for him next year, too.
I mean, yeah, plus, even if he was inaugurated, he's already the president at that point.
Yeah.
So, that was craziness. We haven't...
Oh, have you ever seen President Erect?
No?
Okay.
Is that a porno?
I just made it up.
Is that your favorite
It
porno?
probably would be a porno.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's nailing Palin?
Sequel to Sitting President.
What?
I don't know. Again, off the cuff, not my best work.
Face-sitting president.
Let's just play the Jelly Man.
It's a lame fuck Congress.
Good God. Filibuster nuttery.
I'm sick of your jelly mandering.
We've come full circle, sir. Will the senator yield?
What?
I don't know.
Why am I laughing? Yeah, no, I'm okay. I can't think of anything dirty. Too bad.
It's probably all been done, right?
Do you have any more family stories?
Hung jury. No, I really don't.
Okay.
No, actually I do.
Okay.
But my last night in Pittsburgh, I went out to dinner with my parents, and my dad and I were talking about the podcast because my dad actually listens.
Yeah, he's a fan.
He's a fan of the show.
He's a big booster.
There's an interview with my dad coming up next week or the week after. Which,
All right,
I
go ahead and
recorded.
spoil that. Sure.
Well, no, I want people to look forward to it. We talk about video games and stuff.
No. Yes.
And we were talking about the podcast, and my dad said, you should get some stories from your mom for the podcast. And the only reason I'm telling this is because my mom said it was okay to use it because I think it's hilarious.
All right.
And my mom says, okay, and she told a story about how she went in for a mammogram recently. Gets funnier. Hang on.
Okay.
And the woman there, before they did the procedure, said, before we do this, I have to know, do you have any implants? And my mom said, yes, 3. And she thought that the nurse was referring to dental implants.
Ah.
And the nurse had this freaked out look on her face. But then the nurse told another nurse, and they couldn't stop laughing about it. And I'm glad that my mom found the humor in the
Yeah,
situation.
your mom was the hooker from Total Recall.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a Total Recall situation.
Now in theaters.
How is that? Have you seen that? The remake?
Apparently, it's not good
Oh, boy.
because they don't go to Mars.
What?
This is all things I've heard, so I don't know if this is true or not exactly. They don't go to Mars, and the whole thing is just too serious. Like
Idiot.
The original had moments of campiness, and that was
Yes.
sort of what they were going for. So yeah, not too good. Yeah, no, that was a good story.
Thank you.
I was entertained.
That's all I got.
I laughed.
Thank
Just
you.
for the record, I laughed.
Good.
Okay.
Moving on.
Yes. Yeah. Moving on.
All right.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be a short episode because
Wow.
we didn't do that much today.
But yeah.
Unless you want to tell us what you did in FF11.
Folks, I got a party at the Crawler's Nest. Just please pretend this is fascinating.
Yeah, okay.
I leveled my ninja from 72 to 73. If you could just put some music behind this, that would be great. Just anything at all. I tried to do some Magian weapon trial stuff, but it was kind of boring, and I realized, you know what, I can do that anytime. Ray, what are you doing?
That was the music.
Oh, yeah, you're raising the music to drown me out.
And this is the story all about...
Level sync. I'm done. All right, let's move on to business. We've got some thanks to give.
Oh, yes, alrighty.
I'd like to give out donor thanks.
Of course. People who gave us money
Let me pull up my file.
out of the kindness of their hearts.
All right, the first donor, Ray, I'm going to flash you the number of dollars. Okay?
Okay.
The second one is... You got it?
No.
I love it. What do you mean? You can't count?
Do it
All right,
again.
First donor.
Right, okay.
Second donor.
Okay.
That's it.
I
All
got
right?
it. I got it.
All right, so Ray's going to be on the music.
Yes.
Ray's on the ones and twos. I'm going to read here. We got a donation from Jared Obermeyer.
All right.
Obermeyer? Obermeyer.
Well, how's it spelled? M-E?
Obermeyer.
I think it's Meyer.
Meyer. Okay, Obermeyer. All right, ready?
Almost. Jellyman. Okay, go ahead. No, wait. And go.
All right, Jared Obermeyer. Under purpose, he wrote, to purchase Alex an athletic cup so that he can survive the remainder of the school year. Jared, thank you very much. Obermeyer is an old German term literally meaning above or over the mayor. You see, in old German towns, the mayor could not be trusted, which is why a secret overmayor, or Obermeyer, was elected by a dark council to serve as a backup to the regular mayor. I like the name Jared. All right, pretty good.
Yeah.
Wow, it's kind of fun doing these live.
Well, fun for you, maybe.
The other ones are pretty heavily edited. Yeah, it's
I can't
fun.
count.
Sure you can.
Okay.
All right, second donation. We got one from Aaron Malone.
All right.
Aaron Malone. Ready?
Slick name.
I know.
And go.
All right, $10 from Aaron Malone. Oh, I spoiled it. Thanks, Aaron. Purpose, creation of a new dance called Pasta Doble. In 2007, Aaron's indie game, Malone in the Dark, won acclaim for its dark atmosphere and terrifying characters. All right.
Very nice.
Thanks, Aaron.
Yeah, thank you. Always nice
I
to...
didn't mean to spoil the number.
Yes.
All right.
Good going.
Thank you, Aaron.
Now everybody knows his personal information.
And Jared. Yes, Social Security number, 573-844829. Check him out on Facebook.
God,
You can search by Social Security number on Facebook, right?
I hope that's not someone's real number.
Well, it's got to be somebody's.
Gladys, whatever. Alrighty. Did we have Facebook likes?
Oh, yeah, Facebook likes. Sorry, folks. I know you guys are getting sick of my voice. Hang on.
No, of course not.
All right. Facebook likes.
All right.
I need my Facebook likes music, please.
Of course.
Okay. All right. Still catching up on these. Got a backlog of Facebook likes. All right. Here we go. Facebook likes. Colin Wright, Ace Attorney. Nick Rempe, Arizona. Jonathan Hayes for Horses Doc. Chad, anybody call for a web slinger? Tobias Kastrup, Lufthaven Anderson. I didn't make up any of that.
Heard from you.
Jordan C. Scott in Man Getting Hit by Football. Eugene Oregon Judas. John Quinn, Medicine Dude. Spaz Basil Perchekis III. Spencer Plenty O'Toole. And a man who plays Castlevania 3 every day, Trevor Daly. All right, folks. Thanks a lot for liking the Facebook page.
Yes, of course. Facebook.com/No More Whoppers.
Yes.
Oh, sweet Jesus. All right.
All right, that's all my shout-outs for the day. Thanks, everybody, for donating and liking the Facebook page and listening and downloading.
Yep, of course. And now on to Over Nerds. Or rather, Over Nerd.
Over Nerd.
I may have miscounted because I didn't exactly read everything we got, and some things were not explicitly Over Nerds. So,
okay. Yeah. We got an accidental thing sent to the email, which I'll address later. But Ray, if you would care to do this week, Jesus Christ, today's
this
Over Nerd.
week, no Over Nerdu death. All right. Today's Over Nerd, and I guess perhaps the last one of the week, unless people want to send more
Folks,
in.
we need some post-haste. As soon as you hear this, send one in, because we're going to record in 24 hours.
I mean, we got a couple, but I thought they were kind of weak. I don't know. Maybe I'll put them in at the end.
Okay.
As just, filler. That sounded too insulting. Nevertheless, today's Over Nerd is from Jared Obermeyer.
Hey!
How about that?
I love it.
He's a two-timer in
It's
a good
an
way.
Ober Nerd.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Jared. And what does he say? Well, he says it's not quite an Over Nerd, but a rather nerdish story. Let's go ahead. I used to be an assistant operations manager at a local grocery chain. The store I worked at was in a semi-rural area with a lot of development along the major roads, but plenty of farmland nearby. From time to time, I would have people come into the store in old-fashioned garb. We're talking medieval garb. As it turns out, the local SCA group had a nearby farm that they would go to for meetings from time to time.
Oh, boy.
And as ours was the closest grocery chain, they would pop in, still in garb, to buy whatever they had forgotten for their weekend camp out. Some of their costumes were great, while others were quite meh. Nothing special.
Wait, what's FCA?
SCA.
What's SCA?
Well, should I just Google it now?
Go for it.
Or just reply to Jared?
Folks, we're on a voyage of discovery.
Hi, Jared. Thanks for writing. We would like some clarification on this SCA thing. Well, the first Google result is Society for Creative Anachronism.
Oh, no.
So, yeah, that would do it.
Oh, boy.
That sounds...
Yeah.
Well, their site is fancy. Look at that.
Let me
Nice gold and
That is
maroon
pretty
sort
nice,
of
yeah.
color scheme there. That's SCA.org.
I love it.
Yeah, that sounds kind of weird. It's like halfway between Amish and LARP. You know?
I don't even know where that is. Halfway between Amish and LARP.
Apparently, SCA has a dot on that graph.
LARPish?
Well, yeah, I mean, if it's medievalish garb, but it's creative anachronism. Alex, of
gosh.
course, Overnerds are about you trying to match the story.
I don't know.
Maybe you can just pull one out, just one of your
Okay,
favorites.
okay.
Let's just go with an Alex classic.
I know I've got one that's sort of related.
Okay.
Now, I addressed all my LARP stuff last week, so I can't really give a LARP story.
Oh, yeah.
But I
Yeah.
can tell the story of when I cosplayed at Otakon, where I just play any of those drops that you want. I don't really care
Oh,
anymore.
God. I'm so in love with Jellyman today. I don't know. Maybe I should.
The Jellyman!
Don't you do it.
Sorry.
All right.
I went to Otakon 3 times.
There we go. The third time I went, I cosplayed as Wolfwood from the Trigun series.
That's right. That's actually the first time I knew that you'd cosplayed anything.
Yeah, I wish I had pictures of that. I got pictures of, I went as Gendo Ikari the year before.
Yeah.
Otakon 2000.
From Ikari Warriors?
2000. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you. Hey,
Sure.
that was an actual Photoshop that Jeremy Parrish did in like 99. So, there you go.
I'm sure loves that being
He
brought
would
up
love the
again.
press.
Yeah.
Wonder where he is today. I went to... Yeah, I'm mimicking the drop. I went to Otakon 3 times. The third time I cosplayed as Wolfwood from Trigun. And this is... again, I mean, that's nerdy enough as it is, but this is an example of a Baltimore citizen, trying to heckle me while I was in costume, but not really understanding anything at all.
Yes.
Okay, here's how it goes. Folks, you know what Wolfwood looks like. He wears a suit, he's got sunglasses, and he carries around a giant cross wrapped in sheets and belts.
Just imagine Gendo Ikari with a giant wooden cross.
I will punch you across the table. I will slide across the table, Rockman style, into your midsection.
I'm not calling you unoriginal or anything.
Okay. Anyway, he carries this giant cross, which
Yes.
I made. I bought some foam bricks at a hobby shop, and I taped them all together and wrapped them in sheets and tied belts around them. Very easy. Dollar store belt. It was a very cheap costume to do.
Good.
I'm walking down the street in Baltimore, walking from we didn't even stay at a hotel. We had to stay at a campground because we didn't have money for a hotel.
Okay.
We
Well,
stayed
that's
at-
part of Jared's story.
Okay.
He
we
said to campouts.
love
so.
it. Yeah, my friends Matt and Brad
Ding.
and I, we stayed at a campsite outside the city, and then we drove in the morning. So we're walking from the parking lot, cheap parking a few blocks away from the convention center to the Baltimore Convention Center.
That's right.
And I got my gigantic cross with me. I'm walking in my suit, and some guy on the street with his friend, I guess they're making fun of cosplayers, and he points at me and he says, "Looks like Greenpeace is in town." What does that mean? I think he doesn't understand what Greenpeace is, but he wants to make fun of me. He has to make fun of me because I'm a dude carrying a giant cross.
Yeah.
He has to say something.
Yeah.
Ouch. He has to say something
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
to his friend so he can appear smart and witty. So he goes with Greenpeace. Does he know what Greenpeace is? Like they don't have anything in common with any church. It's not religious at all, right? It's just save animals and shit and the
No,
environment.
here's the theory off the top of my head.
Okay, go.
I think maybe he did confuse him with PETA, who would like dress up in animal costumes and douse themselves in blood and whatnot.
But I wasn't even in anything animal. Like, okay, the belts were leather,
But you were in a goofy costume, and in that guy's mind, he wanted to say PETA, but he went with Greenpeace because that's the other thing. I don't know.
But I think PETA makes equally, no sense as Greenpeace.
Yes, I'm not saying it does. I'm trying to explain what's going on
Okay.
in his mind.
Sure.
So anyway, was that traumatic for you?
A little bit.
Did you go back to the hotel crying?
No, I didn't really. That was like, I was still young enough that I didn't really understand why anybody else would be mean to me. Like that, it was like super, super naive. Like, yeah.
Hold on. How old were you?
16, 17.
Okay.
I grew up very sheltered, let me say.
Okay.
So I was like, a stranger making fun of me, that can't be. You know, just kind of brushed it off. And then later it was like, oh yeah, I guess he's an asshole.
Wow, yeah. All right. Well, that does it then. Thanks again, Jared, for both of your contributions.
Yes, and I want to mention, we're not going to reach it for a couple more days, but Jared donated a very tidy sum to the podcast. I'm doing all these chronologically in the order that people donated.
Yeah.
I just want to let Jared know we haven't forgotten about him.
No, okay.
And his beautiful, beautiful money.
Okay. Thank God you didn't say wife. Or
Girlfriend.
Her very, very gorgeous wife.
Right now, he's combing her hair.
She wears that sundress. It's just like,
Green sequins.
really does it for me. All right. Next on the No More Whoppers inbox,
That's right.
we got a
we
nice
got an
piece of
email.
mail that you would like to completely read and take full responsibility for. Alex, take it away.
I would. We got this email today at the No More Whoppers at Gmail account. And, well, I don't know what it... I think it's just a piece of general feedback. And you know what? Maybe it's our fault because we didn't designate a place for general feedback.
No.
And the email, no more whoppers at Gmail, isn't really descriptive of, you know, hey, over nerds only. It could be anything, I guess.
Well, yeah. Oh, that's fair.
So here's
Sorry.
here's an email we got from a listener. And I think he kind of misses the point of the
Yes.
show.
Yes.
Wouldn't you agree? And I don't want to incriminate you.
Yeah, please don't. I don't.
I think he misses the point of the show. You guys be the judge. I'm going to read this email in what I believe he sounds like. It's going to sound really mean, but it's only because I don't like him. So as soon as you're ready, hit play on my... I got some special music here for this.
All right, here we go.
All right. Hey, Ray and Alex. How are you? I hope everything's well in your respective corners of the world. I came across your show via some 1UP podcast in which Bob Mackey played your trailer. It was either Retronauts or Games, damn it, but I don't remember exactly which one. That sounds fun, I thought, and I was very much looking forward to finally being able to listen to Ray, the best radio voice ever, Barnholt, again. After all, I'm a bit of a fan of the stuff you did on 1UP, especially Retronauts and the sound test. I also purchased and greatly enjoyed all 6 scroll issues, PDF only though, because I move way too often, and I don't need more physical stuff lying around. Well, God, what can I say? I gave No More Whoppers a go, and after 6 episodes, I have to admit that I'm thoroughly disappointed. Instead of the usual level of fun-wrapped video game info overload, I get what sounds like teenagers giving their first ever podcast a try. Tons of lame inside jokes, the most annoying use of a soundboard in the history of mankind, and almost no actual content. Sad face! Now, I guess you guys would like to keep this a semi-private casual affair without all the professional hassle, and I'm somewhat sympathetic to the idea, but so far the only good things I encountered in your show were A, the music, B, the discussion of Indie Game the movie, and C, your discussions of life in Japan. Could we have more interesting stuff on? More or less obscure games and video game music, please? Maybe even some actual discussion? And sorry for the upcoming all caps, but this needs emphasis. No annoying soundboard noises! Pretty please? I would really like to like this show, but so far I just can't. I tried hard, but it really is just a waste of time so far. I'm desperate for good Barnholty content, to the point at which I'd pay for it. But this show just thoroughly underwhelms. Don't shoot the messenger, please. What I'd really like to listen to, for example, is a little history of ethically interesting video games. You know, Ultima 4 and the like. Not the boring Paragon versus Renegade stuff. I'm currently at the early stages of doing a little research project on that issue, and I'd love to pick your brain because you have this truly encyclopedic knowledge of video game history. I deeply admire you, Kohler, and Parrish for that kind of knowledge, which I lack, of course. So if you can forgive my rant and would be interested in discussing this issue, that'd be pretty awesome. Best wishes from Toronto, Tad Ghostal. Alright, thank you, Tad.
Yeah.
Okay, well, the show's not for you. I don't want to be so blunt, but thank you for giving it a try. Please go back to listening to, video game podcasts.
Mistaken expectations.
Yeah,
Let's just
I
say
mean,
that.
I think we said at the outset this is not intended to be a video game show,
No.
and I think this
But
is.
we had a promo on a video game show.
That's true, but this kid seems to be stuck in.
Might not be a kid.
Are you sure? Did you hear what I just read that email? He might be stuck in the mindset that a podcast has to be about video games,
Yeah.
and that if it's not, he becomes confused and irritable and doesn't know where to go with
Well,
it. So.
sure.
Anyway, Ted, thank you for writing in. We do appreciate it.
Yeah, it's too bad. I must say that the opinions expressed by Alex Frioli do not necessarily reflect my own.
Yeah, because fuck this kid.
I do lead two lives here, okay?
You do.
I do lead my video game nerd life, and then the No More Whoppers life,
That's right.
which may have some, may have some video gameness mixed into that puddle of oil.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Puddle of mud.
Right. Perhaps jelly. Nonetheless, we don't necessarily fix to game stuff.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, I love game. I think we've talked about video games in pretty much every episode.
Can I just say for the record, I'm probably not as smart as you think I am.
No, wait a minute.
I
don't
may
believe
know
that.
a lot about games, but I don't, profess to pontificate about them a
Yeah.
lot. You know what I mean?
Well, I think he mentions Kohler and Parrish and the like, and certainly they certainly do have that sort of encyclopedic command of knowledge when it comes to specific areas of gaming. And I encourage him to continue listening to their stuff because I think it's fabulous.
Sure.
And I think if you want, hard-hitting analysis and thoughtful discussion of video games, go to them because they do that.
Yes.
And we don't do that, not on purpose anyway. If it happens by accident.
Podcast-wise, there are other ones to also satisfy that.
Yeah.
I can't think of one, but I don't know. What's Insert's credits like? I don't know what theirs is like. Is that smart or what?
Sure.
Folks, write in. But anyway, yes, that's from the No More Whoppers inbox. That was all Alex's volition to read that, and
Yeah. I really wanted to. Ray was against it. Spoilers.
not so much against it. I just
Hesitant.
didn't want you to, completely insult anybody, as like a shrapnel. I don't want any insult shrapnel flying all over the place and you insulting more people than needed to be. Especially since I already accidentally offended Ike, I feel a bit soft right now.
Oh, you're fine.
Yeah, okay.
Idiot.
Well,
You know what? I want to make a special drop. I think I'm going to have to make one for these occasions, which is, it's a.
I think we have one already.
Wrong, asshole.
All right. I was thinking.
No, go ahead.
I was thinking, guy who doesn't understand No More Whoppers.
Yes.
Because I think that sums up our good friend Tad Ghostal.
Let's do a prototype right now.
All right.
You ready? Go.
Guy who doesn't understand No More Whoppers.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. We'll work on it a little more.
Tadakimasu. That was gold. Okay.
Yeah. Let's end on a gold note. Shall
Okay.
we? That has been day 3 of Homeland Week,
Yes, folks. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back again tomorrow.
and I think tomorrow we're gonna go on a little road trip.
Oh yeah, where are we going?
A big place that we'll talk about.
Oh.
Yeah.
Santa Fe.
No. New Mexico?
Winnipeg?
Winnipeg, New Mexico?
Yes.
No.
No Winnipeg.
We're on location at Winnipeg, New Mexico for the 5th season of Breaking Bad.
Oh.
All right.
Cancer.
Jesus Christ. Can't. Bamf. Thank you, everybody. Good night and Godspeed.
The Jelly Man!